Your fate.
Oh, so sorry.
Witness the power of the wild. Let me read you a verb. Time to act.
Oh, so sorry.
Rain outlines your fate.
Haven't you heard? There's a strange wanderer near Wolfendom.
Come on, enough procrastinating. Let's go. Come on, enough procrastinating.
It's shocking how much work there is to do, even for the three of us.
And she's been handling it alone all along. The Qixing secretary clearly isn't an ordinary...
You're just...
Aren't you Ningguang's servants? How come you're...
We are Miss Ningguang's private secretaries, not
Have you seen Miss Ganyu, Traveler? It has been several days since Ganyu left for Joy...
Even though the Qixing have made peace with the Adepti after the latter had denounced Liyue, they commissioned still.
Is that so? Maybe Ganyu just took a little detour.
I'm afraid it's not very likely. Ever since we met Ms. Ganyu, she's been nothing but the most conscientious. Even when it's time for her annual leave, Ms. Ganyu stays on duty at Yuehai Pavilion saying she couldn't possibly be using her mission as an excuse to slack off.
Oh, Paimon sees how it is. But she's half Adeptus. She wouldn't get in trouble, right? Why do you look so upset?
It's because of this absurd workload of hers. When we first heard the three of us would be taking over for Miss Ganyu, we thought it would simply be a matter of changing our work environment.
We couldn't have imagined that Miss Ganyu's daily workload far exceeds what the three of us are used to doing.
Speaking of Julian Karst, Traveler...
Of course! We've been there lots of times!
That's good news. Could you go to Julian Karst and find Miss Ganyu for us? We're saved.
It's about time she came back to work.
No, perhaps we should go to Lady Ningguang first and bring up our overtime pay again.
So Ganyu left to visit Cloud Retainer. Doesn't she live in Mount Aozang? We should hurry up. Paimon hopes we can find her there.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Speed of light.
Person standing over there. That's Ganyu. We found Ganyu. Here you are.
You two.
I did not expect to meet you here. Oh, I shouldn't. I have left the human world. Please contact the Yua High Pavilion.
Huh? You don't want to be the Qixing secretary anymore?
That's why you're here? You want me to come back? I'm afraid you...
What? Did something happen?
The clouds fold and unfold. The tide ebbs and flows. When the Adepti entrusted humans with overseeing Liyue, I knew it was only a matter of time until I had to leave. My Adepti blood makes me unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. I delivered the letter and came back to Liyue Harbor, only to discover that I had been replaced by Baiwen Bash. Perhaps that mission of mine was just a pretext to remove me. Since the Qixing gave me a chance, I appreciate your kindness, but there's no need for your words of comfort. After 1,000 years away, I came back to Jueyun Karst. Looking at the clouds floating among the mountains brings me
But...
Who disturbs the peace of these mountains?
Cloud Retainer, we're terribly sorry. We just...
One merely jests. One felt your presence the moment you set foot upon this land.
Wow, you Adepti really are impressive.
Come here to chat about the old times with Ganyu. It looks like you get along quite well. A matter leaves you at an impasse then. Not to worry. One is exceptional at seeking avenues for conversation. One has been one's own companion in idle talk for many a year. Yes. Since you are Ganyu's friends, tales from her youth shall one apprise you of, perhaps?
Oh, Cloud Retainer.
Nothing to be ashamed of. You were so cute as a child.
Oh, Paimon wants to hear it.
Little Ganyu loved when the horns on the top of her head were caressed. When one was still taking care of her, one was pestered most often to touch.
Wow.
Plump she was back then. Why, when she stumbled while we ascended the mountain, she would roll down to the bottom like a little ball. The day Ganyu bumped into a pilgrim was the first time she saw a real human in the flesh. So fearful she was that she hid in a rock's cleft for 2 days and nights. One found her wailing of a monster she had seen.
Cloud Retainer? Forget it. It's about time for my training. I will take my leave.
One's intention was merely to relieve the awkward tension.
And you did the exact opposite. Impressive.
Be that so? But returning to Ganyu, one cannot help but feel that one will tell you more about her, if you Most benevolent among all Adepti are the Qilin. They drink only spring water and eat only whole grain. But perhaps the mountainous dwellings of Adepti in Jueyun Karst might be too lonely for her human side. Under moonlight did one see her last. She stood by the precipice's edge, and upon the mist-veiled mountains she gazed. Her thin figure was immersed in the vast sea of clouds. One noticed her loneliness, and sought to convince her to go back to the human world. But just then, she said thus.
Liyue Harbor feels even lonelier than Jueyun Karst. When I look at the sea of clouds in Jueyun Karst, I merely feel the loneliness of a solitary cloud gazer. When I step into the sea of people in Liyue, I feel the loneliness of an inhuman that doesn't belong in the human world.
One did, by chance, hear this much of Ganyu's thoughts. Alone, she will find her predicament hard to conquer. One hopes that you will accompany her.
Oh, Retainer's right. We can't leave Ganyu depressed like that. Besides, Liyue hasn't given up on her. She's got it all wrong. Anyways, what's that training Ganyu was talking about?
She has sought to reclaim her Adeptus side since returning to Joyun Karst. At her behest, she should be in the southern part of Mount Aozang right now.
Huh. Is that so? Let's... So here you are, Ganyu.
Why did you come here? Humans should not remain in the realm of Adepti. Considering the kindness you have shown me...
Yay!
This trial was prepared by Cloud Retainer. Its goal is to help me feel like an Adeptus again. The training is much to her signature style. I hope it won't make it seem like she is too unaware.
Is it difficult?
No, I'm aware of your strength, Traveler. The power hidden within you is not inferior to mine. If you're ready, we shall be...
There's a lot of gliding around. It does feel like something Cloud Retainer would come up with. Is a really awesome shooter!
If you could see through the eyes of an Adeptus, you wouldn't be so surprised. We've completed the task. What do you think? Hardships are a fact of life, both for...
Ganyu, what were you planning to do once your training...
The training's not over yet. The part...
Huh? So there are more trials prepared...
No. The only Adeptus who can unlock...
Who is it?
Conqueror of Demons.
Huh. So it's Xiao. That...
I found him unapproachable at first, too. But I believe that being able to face him is... He's already waiting for me.
Of course we are. Let's go.
You're half an hour late. I see you still haven't abandoned the wrongful ways of humankind.
I'm sorry. I had a meeting with Cloud Retainer. I
don't need your explanations and don't require any mutual understanding between us. I'm just helping you with your training.
Xiao is such a strict teacher.
You're neither an Adeptus nor a human, always treading the line between the two worlds. It must create a lot of confusion. Instead of explaining yourself to me, you should face your true self.
I have nothing to hide.
The body and the mind are one. If something worries your mind, your body can help you find a solution. The trial I've prepared for you will explore the true potential.
Yes. I'm ready.
The trial's begun! Paimon can feel it in the air. Even the weather's changed.
I've completed your trial.
You don't have to report back to me. Seeking other people's validation won't benefit your training. Only you can evaluate the result of this trial. You'll...
Xiao always has such strong opinions.
From tomorrow on, I'll start raising the difficulty of your training, so you'll have to...
Have to do what?
Another one of those pesky visitors. I'll leave him to you, Ganyu. It's also a part of your training.
Pesky visitor? So even...
Oh heavens! Blessed be Rex Lapis! I've finally come upon the Adept. Are all of you the Adepti of this mountain? Great! My name's Sin Chung. I came to ask for your merciful blessings, O Adepti.
Oh, so it's a pilgrim. Huh. He can handle any battle, but talking to...
I am also one of the Adepti. You can say that I'm an Adeptus in training.
Perfect! I didn't come in vain then. Although you sound a bit... What blessings can you grant me?
Wow, straight to the point, huh?
Dear Pilgrim, you shouldn't jump to conclusions. Adepti don't help every pilgrim for free.
For free? Do you mean that you charge people for the blessings of the Adepti?
That's not what I meant. What I'm trying to say is that everything should be... It would be unfair to other people if you got everything you wanted for no reason.
Hold on. I've heard this all before. You're just like my old man, always nagging me.
Your father must have experienced it firsthand. The lives of the common folk are riddled with hardships, but are also full of joy. A person of your age should focus on work and family, instead of chasing after fairy tales.
Are you a real Adeptus? Why do you speak and behave like us city folk? You sure you're not one of those swindlers who pose as an Adeptus to cheat people out of their money? How dare you reprove me? I bet you came here looking for the Adepti yourself.
He might sorta have a point. We did come here looking for Ganyu after all.
Enough! Doesn't matter if you're a real Adeptus or not. You're useless. I'm leaving.
Nobody's stopping you. Ganyu, don't let that guy ruin your...
It's not his behavior. The things he said... He was right. I thought that coming back to Jueyun Karst and devoting myself to training would make me... But being questioned by him made me realize that But... I'm unwelcome in Liyue Harbor. As an Adeptus,
It's true! Just believe us!
All right. I'll go with you to Liyue Harbor. That said, I still if I'm proven right, I'll return to Jueyun Karst once again.
It's a step in the right direction.
I'm still...
Come on, Ganyu! We're almost there! You don't want to turn back now, do you?
I suppose you have a point. It would be quite impolite of me to leave...
That's right! Where do you...
I've spent too much time in the... Let's go for a walk in the...
Happy to come...
The smell of the sea breeze makes me...
Ganyu, you didn't leave Liyue for that long. Why do you look so moved?
Well, I used to be so busy. I haven't taken a stroll around...
Huh. That's true. Ganyu seemed to be working all the time.
Well, when I think about my time here, I've spent most of it It put me in a certain mood, similar to the one I felt...
Why, isn't it little Miss Ganyu? I wouldn't have thought I'd meet you here.
This old man called her Little Miss Ganyu.
Please don't also start calling me that. Allow me to introduce Uncle Tien. He is...
That's all right. Just tell them the truth. They have done so much for Liyue after all, and I am the one who...
Uncle Tien is a member of the Liyue Qixing, the Tianshu.
What? This grandpa is a member of the Qixing? The same rank as Ningguang?
Hush now. I must ask for your discretion concerning my identity. Fishing in the port and strolling about are the greatest pleasures of my life. I have no wish to be followed around by those armed guards. In most people's eyes, I'm just a forgetful and wordy old man.
Uncle Tien is too modest. He's been around for a long time.
Oh, little Miss Ganyu. Your kind words...
Uncle Tien, a person of your standing should really stop calling me Little Miss Ganyu.
Oh, my apologies. It's not intentional, just a childhood habit of mine. Thank you for looking after me when I first ascended to my position in the Qixing.
Oh, so you've been friends for many decades now, huh?
Oh, I was just fulfilling my duties as the Qixing secretary. It's nothing worthy of your gratitude.
Talking about secretaries... Oh, I don't know if I should bring it up.
Yes, she works at Yua High Pavilion and she's my junior. How can I help?
I don't know myself, really. She's all... May I trouble you to meet her at Yua High Pavilion?
With pleasure. Solving the Qixing's problems has...
She's back in character. Just like that, huh? Let's move then, to Yua High Pavilion.
Well, I find right, girl.
Osmanthus wa...
Miss Ganyu. I don't know why, but seeing you brings me a sense of peace.
Indeed, it has been a while, Weishin. I heard that you've encountered some problems and came to see if I could be of some help.
My father asked you to come, didn't he? Abusing his status as a member of the Qixing to trouble you.
Don't worry. I'm always happy to help a junior colleague from Yua High.
Ganyu's not only a competent secretary, but also a great...
So, what can you tell me about the problem?
Ugh, where should I start? I discovered something strange. There are obvious irregularities in the tax declarations of two stores, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique. However, whether I question the shopkeepers or check their account without any evidence, my hands are tied.
I see. It's not uncommon for merchants to be blinded by greed.
Well, is there any solution you can...
Naturally. I've dealt with similar issues hundreds of times. Give me a moment to consider the best approach in this scenario. All right. Let's approach it this way, then.
Huh?
If I remember correctly, Second Life and Wanyo Boutique are old business rivals.
In that case... I know what you mean, Miss Ganyu. Miss Ganyu plans to let them expose each other.
Exactly. Let's start with Wanyo Boutique. The owner's name is... Bolai, isn't it?
Yes, you're right.
Aha! We meet again, Trap.
That won't be necessary, Mr. Bolai. Wanyo Boutique's should we need to place such an order, we...
What? Second Life? Ugh. That rascal Dongsheng. He's
Well, Second Life's credit has always been excellent, and based on their tax records... Huh. Is there anything you'd like to share with us?
Don't let that rascal fool you. I know his dirty tricks best. If you don't believe me, show me his tax records. I'm sure I'll find something fishy in there.
You know Second Life's business so well?
Of course. Ugh, their every transaction makes my blood boil. I'd rather lose money myself than see that rascal make some.
Well then, please look over this tax record. We'll review Second Life's credit based...
Oh, of course. Line by line and... Ah, here, I found it. That exquisite wooden furniture set he bought from Fanmu Carpenters at the beginning of the year. Ugh, he even flaunted it in front of me. Look at the tax record. Not a word about that furniture. And he kept all the profit for himself.
I see. He must have gotten rid of all the documents related to this transaction. No wonder there was no trace of it.
I told you so. Just as I...
But, Ms. Ganyu, despite all this, can't he just flat out deny ever making this
He might have destroyed all the evidence, but I believe the supplier, Fanmu Carpenters, might still have some
Aha! You're right! Master Lu...
I hope so. Let's go to Fanmu Carpenters. It should be near Thank you for shining a light on this case, Mr. Bolai.
Oh, please, that's nothing. I just...
I'm afraid
It's all right, Weishin. You can stay in Liyue Harbor and finish your work.
That's so considerate of you. Still, I'm...
Well...
Jinx are really...
Hey, I heard that, Flying One.
Paimon's sorry.
Master Lu, we've just come to see you and...
Don't. Why would the Qixing care about an old man like me? Well, what?
You're very direct, Master Lu. I will be plain. Dongsheng bought some furniture from you at the beginning of the year.
Oh, it's about Second Life. It was...
Sure enough, Mr. Balai was right. Could we perhaps borrow that invoice? We won't have any evidence to bring against Dongsheng otherwise.
Of course you can, but... I only do my woodwork and display as for old documents and such, but some troublemakers have recently moved there. Since you need that invoice...
So that's what happened.
I'll leave you to it then.
Take back the warehouse, find the invoice.
Wait, I think I saw one of those troublemakers. Ah, over there.
Oh, Paimon sees them too. It's one of the Fatui.
They must be plotting some...
Maybe they're the scoundrels who invaded...
Ever since Osial attacked the heart, we won't cause a serious... Besides, I can all... My intuition as the...
Then what are we waiting for?
I will have order.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me read you a first. Speed of light.
Oh, you scoundrels!
I think you've had enough.
Plan?
We just taught you a lesson, but clearly you weren't paying attention. If you don't spill whatever you're scheming, we'll be forced to use harsher methods.
I'm telling the truth.
If you're telling the truth, then why would you, a member of the
Fine. If you really want to know...
About to... what?
Pick berries over there.
I must admit, I didn't expect...
It's not an excuse. I rarely have a free morning, and think about it. I'm here alone, and Jinxa Village is nothing more than a retirement spot for old people.
Judging by how he's looking at us, it does...
So you have nothing to do with the occupation of Fanmu Carpenter's warehouse?
Fanmu Carpenter's where? I swear, I only...
So it wasn't the Fatui who took over Master Lu's warehouse after...
I misjudged the situation. Our exchange only represents my personal views.
Exchange? This woman, she's clearly aware that the Ministry of Civil Affairs...
Yes, precisely. As an alternative, you may try to solve...
Paimon's in!
Darn you.
What's your choice, then?
I'll get back to my berries.
What a bittersweet ending.
I made a laughingstock out of...
No worry.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Lior tend to stay a while. So it...
So this is the warehouse. Seems like those troublemakers were nothing more than a few house girls. Let's show them what we got.
Quake!
Speed up pace!
Order guide you. Solidify.
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of the one.
Quake.
Speed up to the chase.
Rise.
Know my sword. Incoming. Sword to shadow.
All clear! Quick, let's look around for the invoice. This one is an invoice from One-Man Restaurant. Some dining tables and chairs. That's not it. This one is Wangsheng Funeral Parlors. Oh, so they make coffins too. This one is Second Lives. We finally found it. Let's bring this invoice back to Hoishin.
Ah, Miss... I promised to... Look, it... Agreed.
Welcome to Second Life. Satisfaction guaranteed. Isn't it... Huixin, from the... I told you that all of my transactions are included in the records. I do hope that my...
Groundless accusations? But I sincerely advise that you cease this behavior immediately.
No. No. I'm an honest merchant. I would never get involved with any fraudulent sources of profit.
Haven't I made myself clear? Mr. Dongsheng, you've already been proven guilty of tax evasion.
What? Proven guilty?
He's talking without rhyme or reason. Must be crumbling under Ganyu's. Time for the finishing blow.
Mr. Dongsheng, can you tell me what this is?
I'm... Master Lu, I didn't...
Do you admit to tax evasion? This transaction was absent from the tax record.
I didn't think you'd find out. I didn't leave a single
Indeed. We wouldn't have found out if it weren't for Mr. Boalai's aid.
Balai? That imp from Wanyo Boutique? So he told on me behind my back. He's got his own share of dirty laundry.
Oh? Mr. Dongsheng, I'd like to hear a little more. I don't think you'll need my guidance for what comes next.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Ganyu. I can take it from here.
That's good.
I must say, your enemy knows you best. To think, you came up with this... my father?
Pitting your opponent against their enemies, and watching them drag each other down from an advantageous position. That's how Uncle Tien managed to keep his position in the Qixing secure for so many. I figured that as Uncle Tien's daughter, you'd naturally grasp your father's strategies. So, I decided to use one of your father's tricks and play it out for you to see.
I can see it now. Clearly, I still have a lot. I'm really grateful, Ms. Ganyu. You're the kindest mentor I've ever had.
Ganyu solved both Huishin's work and family problems.
Oh, you've helped me so much.
That's not necessary.
Then let me treat you to a meal. The Traveler and Paimon are invited as well.
All right, come on, Ganyu. Just say yes. Let's eat. Oh, come on. It's just a meal.
If it's just a meal, there's no reason for me to decline.
Actually, I've already booked Senor Kiosk. I need a moment to prepare everything first. Let's meet there in a while. Miss Ganyu, thank you for accepting my invitation. And as for the two of you, your presence is also much appreciated.
Sure.
That's so kind of you, Huishin.
Truth be told...
Oh? If there...
No, I don't really need help. Could you just listen for a bit?
With pleasure.
When I was a little girl, my father used to tell me many stories about you, Miss Ganyu. Even though I have the utmost respect for my father, I always admired how gentle and reliable you are. I've only decided to join the Yuhai Pavilion staff because I've always looked up to you.
I didn't know that you think so highly of me.
However, in reality, working at the Yuhai Pavilion turned out to be an arduous task. I can't compare myself to such an outstanding secretary like you. I often doubt myself as a result.
I disagree. You're a great secretary in your own right.
Thank you. Over the years, I became a mother, too.
Huh? So Uncle Tien is a grandpa!
Influenced by my youthful ideals, she followed my footsteps and came to be a secretary at the Yuhai Pavilion, too. At first, I was worried about her. It's not an easy job, after all. To tell the truth, I'm still unsure if she's capable enough. But after all that happened this time, I've made up my mind to support her choice.
So, what made you change your mind?
The fact that she'll have you, Ms. Ganyu, as her... You'll help her. Gentle, it'd be such a beautiful moment. If it's not too much to ask...
Huishin, I... Witness. It's true that I've witnessed, but I've always regarded Huishin. You don't know. You've made me realize that they rely on me.
Of course. You're irreplaceable to us.
That's right.
Hooray! Ganyu's finally cheered up.
Even if I've really been supplanted, I won't let you down. I'm going to fulfill my contract and keep working as the Qixing secretary. Regardless, I'll go back and I'm afraid that it might have all become a mess. No time to waste. Let's get back to work.
Good luck, Miss Ganyu.
We're leaving already? Paimon's still
Baisha, are you okay? Did you fall asleep standing up? Look! Look who's back!
You even have enough time for leisure? It seems you three are a suitable replacement for me after all.
Not at all. We've been working for too long. If we didn't...
We wouldn't have survived long enough to see you again, Miss
Ganyu, we've missed you.
That's so kind of you all, given we've only met once.
We've been praying day and night for you to return and take over your duty.
To us, you're like an adeptus coming down to the...
Forget all our envious complaints from before. Just free us from this strenuous work, please.
All right, I see. Please divide the matters at hand into government affairs, business affairs, and civil affairs. Mark out the tasks that haven't been started, and those that are in progress. I'll take care of the rest.
Of course.
Oh, finally.
Yes. I'd like to earnestly thank you, Traveler. If it weren't... to think that I'd gained a human friend outside of work. I'd like to repay you when I'm done with the work at hand. What would...
Sure, but are you ever done with work, Ganyu?
Let's cross the...